the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. What? 53, Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that can...
There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 62 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for two here. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. The first carry now. This is Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He'll buy some time right. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll roll him out right. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. And again, it's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, 28 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. I know it's still just the first half, but we'll see if that 2 points looms large later.
I would have kicked it. And I know that they were trying to equal the score, but sometimes you kind of get seduced into that. It's the first half. Kick the extra point and continue to play so you don't have to chase points later.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Here's Carson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So it's third and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Now a give, right side. Carson, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. Chris Carson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead moves to 15-6.
Makes the score Seahawks 15, Chiefs 6. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a second down coming up. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mahomes going to throw. It's complete to Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there. Mahomes now on first down. Buying time to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Forced out to Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. As they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Kendall Fuller in on the stop. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in his first half of action. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, it's Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go,
On third down, Wilson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Chiefs.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 20. Five-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with his sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. On first down, Mahomes flushed out right. It's Williams on the catch. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 42 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. And
he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak his first 3 times. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener with it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Quentin Jefferson able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. DeMarcus Robinson there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Trey Flowers picks it, and they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. They'll run on first down. Carson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson, rolling to his right. And it's caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. They'll try to run with Carson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. They run again with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for KC. 61 yards that time on the ground. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now here's Mahomes. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage. Probably taking advantage of their now.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The linebacker Anthony Hitchens there on the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 60 yards, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that will get them one closer. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. Right side. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Attack, attack. Yeah.
Now Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. The 40. The 30. And all at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Mahomes going to throw it here. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Wilson to throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that will be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion.
19.
Back to throw. Rolling to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Mahomes. Rolling to his right. Looking downfield for Kelp. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. Now a give right side. It's Carson, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. They run it with Carson. Past the 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra